Live with KP, live with Hood Memory, the big CEO of Hood Memory. He came with the master plan that got everybody watching. You feel me? Hood Memory, what's up with you? Talk to me.
Well, just looking at the beautiful waters, the ocean, the breeze, the wind, I'm just blessed. I thank God, I thank the Lord for giving me the ideas. These ideas don't normally come to anyone that don't really like put them together and have deep thoughts. So I'm just blessed for that. And I would also like, you know, to let it be known sometimes in life we all go through trials and tribulations. We all have our stories. Some have war stories, sad stories, happiness, you know.
What what
But at
what
the end of the
um
day,
what city you represent? Like where you was born and raised from?
well, I was born and raised in Little Haiti. Born and
What
raised in Little Haiti, Florida. And, that's where, born in Little Haiti, where the crime rate was kind of high. But, sometimes they say we wouldn't make it out. Not everybody really make it out. But, sometimes in life, if you're destined, you can make it out if you put your mind to it. There's nowhere you cannot be from. They say you cannot achieve nothing. You can be from Afghanistan. If you planning to achieve something, it's gonna be done. Just put your mind to it and have that mindset. I never gave up. I was the type of person I never gave up on life. You know what I mean? No matter what I went through, and I went through a lot. I went through. From war story. What you could think of.
friends
Everything.
being
Friends, yeah, oh, definitely that. Friends being there. I had a heart of gold. So I'm the type of person. People that know me know, hey, Kirby will give you his last. You know what I mean? Sometimes I have people be like, hey, man, Kirby, you got to stop being nice. So I've been through there. I've been through several things. Sometimes, but that's just a person in me. I have to give. I just have that kind of heart, that mindset. But that don't stop because remember, whatever God gives you, you know what I mean? Nobody could take that away. If it's a blessing, it's a God blessing. You know what I'm saying? So by you giving, it's always going to come back to you 10 times. You know what I mean? And don't always remember, people that do you wrong or harm you, they burn their own bridges. Because God always protects us. And we all have angels that guide us. Everyone has their angel. So always remember that. You know what I mean? So me being CEO, it woke me thinking that I do skits for the world. It relates to everybody. I do comedy. I do reality. I take everybody back to know. Even sometimes people might feel like, hey, you know what school did he go to? What area he came from. I show everyone that in the background. You know what I mean? So compared to that,
what's your background?
my background, a kid raised by a single parent on both sides. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Single parents on both sides. Why I say that? Because at one point in time, I had to be on my own both ways, but my parents were still there. But growing up fast was hard, especially from my peeps, friends. So I just learned a lot of things. I had to learn from my perspective how I see life, how I see the world. So how to maneuver through society. You know what I mean? And how to be that person. And what my how can I say this? What's my purpose?
What's your purpose?
So my purpose. So creativity, and I always been into like things. I always been that kid that always like creativity, like for even music. If music didn't work out for me, I said, man, I gotta try something else. I had ideas because in life, no matter what it is, what you're destined for, it might not be here today. 10 years down the road, it's gonna be there for you. So never give up. You know what I mean? Because before it was some days, man, I actually cried tears. Like, man, something got to give. This not me. Bills got to get paid. Rent is due. Car payment. You know what I mean? When I'm going to get, you know what I mean? It's different things in life. All these obstacles is blocking you. But always remember, one door closes, another door will open.
Based
Always
on
be
a
that
true story.
person. Be humble. Be that humble person. Sometimes people might piss you off. Sometimes it's better to walk away. I'm not saying, of course, you're going to argue, but don't engage in violence. That's it. You know what I mean? Because violence brings other things that comes with that package that can involve in situations that you don't want to escalate. So, hey, always be that person to try to walk away. Which is, I know it's hard to say. Sometimes it is very hard to say to walk away. It depends on situations. But humble is the best key. And your character says a lot too as well. the person that you are, your heart. If your heart is gold, it's pure, you know, you're gonna be a good person, you know. All these little tactics is things that will solve your puzzle to find who you is, to solve that solution, to bring that character out of you. You know what I mean? So my channel, I love it a lot, you know. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
talk about things. This is how you get to know me, you know. Some of the
That part.
skits is just skits to make people funny, laugh, but these are things that really happen around people, you know, upbringings, etc. You know what I mean? So
Hmm. And you got a nice view behind you. You got the city behind you.
yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? No 305. You know, we
305,
trying to represent, put Miami on the map for
Miami
tubing.
on the
You know what I
map.
mean? Everybody is tubing, you know, except us, you know. So I'm trying to put us on the map, which is it's moving pretty good right now. You know, thanks to all my fans out there, all my subscribers that likes. You know, we just the beginning, but you know, we got a long way to go. So just know that, you know what I mean? We're gonna try to hit the millions, get it known to everybody. Know, hey, Miami is in the building, 305 is in the building, and this is a true story that happened to every hood, every ghetto, society, communities, urban, whatever it is, you find it here. You know, so always remember, God first.
God
Anything's
first.
possible.
The world is yours and everything in it. Live with KP, the big CEO of Hood Memory.